Hello everyone, my name is Aaron and this is the Game Day Hour. Welcome to my fantasy football team reveal. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at each and every pick that I made this year going into the fantasy season, as we are about 1 to 2 weeks away from the NFL season beginning. So I'm going to be taking a look at my team, why I picked these players, and kind of the predicament I was in during the picks and why I chose these players. I'm going to go from round 1 to round 15 because there's 15 rounds, and I'm going to keep each explanation short. It's time to see who is going to be rocking with the Game Day Hour fantasy football team. My first round pick is Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns running back. So the Nick Chubb pick was the toughest pick to make because it was between him and Jamar Chase, because Jefferson and Christian McCaffrey, they already went off the board 1 and 2. So I was just stuck between Chubb and I was stuck between Jamar Chase, and I don't remember who the third pick was. That doesn't matter now. I chose Chubb because over the long period of his career, which has been longer than Jamar Chase, he's always been consistently in the top 10 when he's fully healthy. So because of that, I chose him. I just expect, the big production that he's going to get. So it was a no-brainer for me. My second round pick is CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys wide receiver. Again, another dilemma with CeeDee Lamb. It was either him or Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is still coming off that injury, and CeeDee Lamb is fully healthy. I chose CeeDee Lamb because their numbers were generally the same, with Cooper Kupp having a rougher start to the year based on fantasy projections. Cooper Kupp went directly right after, but I was going to take A.J. Brown, but then A.J. Brown was taken beforehand, so CeeDee Lamb at that point was the best pick. My third round pick is Justin Herbert, Los Angeles Chargers quarterback. First 3 picks were all dilemmas because this was between Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow for me. Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen already taken off the board. I was going to go with Jalen Hurts. That's the quarterback I was looking for, but he got taken right beforehand. So I was left with Herbert and Burrow. Burrow is going to start the year off with less points because he's coming off an injury. Justin Herbert is fully healthy. I took Justin Herbert. Plus, Herbert's numbers are ranging in the 30s. That's kind of a no-brainer pick for me. He has such a good wide receiver core. My fourth round pick is Travis Etienne Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars running back. So at this point, running backs are just falling off the board. Taylor, Henry, Pollard, all these big names are coming off the board. And the best running back available at the time, because that's who I was going to go with next, was Travis Etienne. I have a lot of high hopes in Etienne, so I went with Travis as my 4th overall pick. My 5th round pick is Devonta Smith, Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver. You're going to find that my wide receiver core is probably the weaker link compared to the running back core, but that still doesn't stop the fact that at the time, the best wide receiver available was Devonta Smith. I was going to go with T. Higgins and Jalen Waddle, but they went prior, so Devonta Smith was the best wide receiver at the time, and it's pretty good. He's going to have great production with Jalen Hurts. Kind of a no-brainer pick at that point. My 6th round pick is Breece Hall, New York Jets running back. This pick probably should have gone earlier in the draft, but because of Dalvin Cook, it's kind of tough to pick Breece Hall. But Breece Hall is supposed to get the majority of the touches after the first 2 weeks because he's still coming off of injury. Dalvin Cook will probably lead the touches in week 1 and 2, but after that, when you look at the projections from my league, Breece Hall is like in the 11s, 15s, and 16s. So he was still a very top tier running back. He could be like the number 2 running back on my team in comparison to Etienne, but Breece Hall was a steal for me. That's my steal pick. My 7th round pick is the San Francisco 49ers defense. Always want to establish a really good link with the kickers and the defenses, and the Cowboys already went off the board the round prior. So the defense that was left is the 49ers. Now, I personally believe that the 49ers defense is the best defense in the NFL. So I think I got the best defense. That was my round 7 pick with San Francisco. My 8th round pick is Gabriel Davis, Buffalo Bills wide receiver. Realizing that my wide receiver core is kind of on the low, the best pick, in my opinion, because Brandon Ayuk went beforehand, is Gabriel Davis. Now, I'm a big fan of Gabriel Davis. I think as a secondary wide receiver, he puts up major production for Josh Allen, and he just gets in the end zone a lot. So, to me, it's going to be fun using him as part of the lineup. My 9th round pick is Justin Tucker, Baltimore Ravens kicker. Wanted to establish the kicker position. No kickers went off the board. So with the pick to get the best kicker in the draft, which has been Justin Tucker for many years, I'm going to take that opportunity. He's the only kicker that can be potentially getting up to 10 points per week in comparison to any other kicker on my league. Projection wise, he is the best. I had to go with him. I mean, he is Mr. Reliable. My 10th round pick is Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver. By the way, before I announce this next pick, just keep in mind that wide receivers and tight ends were lumped together. So you can have 5 wide receivers, 5 tight ends. You can have 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end, but they're all in the same position. So I have no tight ends on my team. Just saying. And the number 1 tight end, Travis Kelce, went out earlier, so it didn't matter. Mike Evans was a good pick for me. I mean, his points projections aren't that great, but it was one of the best at the time I picked him. So it's good that I got Mike Evans. He can get me a few games where he jumps over 10, jumps over 15 points. I got to hope for the best that he will be high value for Baker Mayfield. My 11th round pick is Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys quarterback. Can you believe it? Dak Prescott fell to the 11th round. Players like Derek Carr, Daniel Jones went before him. When the Daniel Jones pick was made, I looked at the guy who picked him and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So when it came up in the 11th round, I was like, having Prescott as my backup to Justin Herbert. See, I didn't pick Prescott prior because I wanted to fill in the bottom and I just didn't think he was going to be there. But, you know, because he was there, I was like, okay, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him as my backup and everybody's going to feel sorry. So Prescott is my 11th pick. The only reason why he went that low is because of the interceptions, but you have to understand that when he was on the Cowboys offense, that was one of the best offenses in the league. Besides the interceptions, he's still an incredible fantasy quarterback. Made no sense why he didn't go off the board beforehand. My 12th round pick is Rashid Shaheed, New Orleans Saints wide receiver. The Rashid Shaheed pick was a little bit of a questionable pick, but when you look at his projections, he's actually at a fair projection, 9 points per game. And again, we don't have decimal scoring, we have full scoring, and our scoring is a little different. He's also a part of kick and punt returns, and because of that, he's going to probably get extra scoring. He's not going to see much playing time on my team, but he's a good backup to have in case I need him. My 13th round pick is Antonio Gibson, Washington Commanders running back. By this time, most of the running backs are gone. Antonio Gibson is projected to get around 9 to 8 points per week, so he was the best running back available. Went with Antonio Gibson. My 14th round pick is the Cincinnati Bengals defense. At this time, many of the defenses also went off the board. I was planning to get Denver, but Denver had the same bye week as San Francisco. So the Bengals at that point were the best defense available. I went with the Bengals and did not go with the Broncos. My 15th round pick is Riley Patterson, Detroit Lions kicker. So, I mean, when I was doing the fantasy football team reviews at the time, I thought Patterson would be a part of the Jaguars. He wasn't. He ended up going to Detroit. In that Detroit video, Michael Bagley was the starter, but now it's Riley Patterson. Because Detroit's offense is going to get better, I believe that they're going to give Patterson more chances to succeed. And as a backup to Justin Tucker, Patterson was the best kicker available, so I went with Patterson. And that'll do it for today's episode. So basically what's going to happen is when I do the NFL predictions per week, right after I'm done doing each and every game following Thursday night, I'm not doing Thursday night, that's going to be in the college football video. Following each and every game, I'm going to be doing my fantasy lineup, and I'm going to show you the teams I'm playing against and who their lineup is, and that'll do it. Essentially, those are the videos that are upcoming. It's going to be 2 per week because school just started back up, so I can't post that many episodes, but I want to post what I can. And that'll do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Go follow me on social media. All the platforms will be in the description below, and subscribe if you haven't already. The next video we'll be doing predictions for week 0 of college football, which aren't many games, but then again, we're not going to do a lot of games for those videos. So yeah, I hope you're excited for that, and that'll do it for me. Have a great day, take care, and goodbye.